Alright, so I'm going to show you because the tuning of my guitar is throwing me today. And I'm sorry, I don't want to confuse. So this pattern will play, there's no cutouts in this pattern. This fretboard will play root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, right there. Okay, so we can square that off. Okay, it's in red, but it doesn't matter. Alright, so that's that. It's going to play root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, if I just play it as I see it from the fret nut. And then 6, 7. Of course, you could do the cutout at 3, 4. Okay, that was a little sloppy because it's the labels are in the key of C. So by the way, with these labels, I suggest you don't mess around with putting different tunings on it. Just stick with the regular tuning. This is the regular tuning for the labels. So you have the green E notes here. It's just that I've down tuned the strings because my fingers get too tore up. I want to be able to reach lower notes for more, fullness of those notes. Okay, so that pattern works, and every single one of them works. As far as if we want to look at our D pattern here, this stuff's really great because every one of these patterns is a long pattern. So it says D long pattern here. Okay, we got our D long pattern there, right there. It's going to go 2, 3, 4 into the long pattern, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, right there. Okay, so we know that those patterns work, and the way they work, again, we talked about, is right there. So that D is 2, 3, 4 there, and then we just go 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, then to 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, kind of thing. And when we get to the 5th string, we have to, we have to change for the B tuning. Okay, so just a word on the B tuning here. Down below in the P4 tunings, we got root goes to 4, next string root goes to 4, next string root goes to 4 here. But on the 4th string, between the 4th and the 5th string is strings labeled here, root goes to 3rd. So we have to take the pattern up if we want to go to a perfect 4 at that point, and then we go back to perfect 4 between strings 5 and 6 as they're labeled on my chart. So what does all this mean? I really have to do some pondering myself. It's very valuable, and what I'll do is I'll go ahead and show you the ramp version. So this fretboard right here is the ramp version of this fretboard right here. This one has the cages. You can define the cages as you like. Okay, you can, in other words, you can look at, I guess we're going to do the learning tool here. I'm going to use yellow as a generic color. You can define these cages like this. You can look at the yellow cage here. Now remember, the square is going to be yellow for all the cages. You can define them as single linked here. So you can just define these cages like this. So that cage link is going to be, in this case, the 4th. Alright, so what does that mean? Look at that. So there you go, the 4 is right up there. That's where the cage link is, and you can just build this pattern. So from the 2nd string you can do a 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then go into 7, root 2, 3 from there. So that's interesting. You can do something like now here's your shared note, like that. Okay, now on the 2nd, where they're linked can actually just go and pick up that would be on the double. So we don't want to do a double note, right? If we're going to a fifth, we don't want to do that double note there. So we'd have to play it as regular, regular. The fourth goes up to there. The fifth of the E string shape is C. But I'm just saying, this is how you can define it. So that didn't work so well because you want to play, then again, if you look at the cage system, you look at 3, 4, 5, okay? 3, 4, 5, the next string up is 6, 7 root. But 3, 4, 5 is linked to 5, 6. So we're not going to go 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 6, 7 root. Okay, so the next cage up it's got to count. Every pattern has to count. So even though we've defined these cages like this, it doesn't mean you can just put that cage on top of that one. You have to take the next cage and put it on top of that one. Okay, so what's the next cage linked to this 4, 5, 6, 7? Okay, well obviously from down here we've got root 2, 3, 4. The next cage we could go in a ramp fashion up there would be the A cage. Alright, so this is the color of the A cage, S2. Alright, so we go 5, 6, 7 root, and then we're going to go 2, 3, 4, 5 with the D cage to the third string. Then we're going to go 6, 7 root. Okay, for the fourth string we're going to 6, 7 root 2, basically with the G shape, and the fifth string we'll be looking at, let me get the drawing tool off a second. Fifth string we'll be looking at 3, 4, 5, 6 in the C shape there, and the sixth and the 1 string we're looking at the 7th. So we have the different cages, and that's important. But has it really gelled? Have we really found a way to link these things together? So first thing we have to do is decide what cages we're going to use. Okay, it's important to remember that when we're going up the string pattern, the cages are not linked. They're only linked together on the bass string. But when we're going up in fifths or down in fourths, they're not linked. So if we look at root 2, 3 string shape, okay, which is over here, root 2, 3 string shape, conveniently, next string is going to be 4, 5, 6. Okay, now 4, 5, 6 is a cage. There it is, 4, 5, 6. It's 1, 4, 5 is, okay, like that. So we can look at it in fifths. We can go root, and then the fifth of that E is the C in string shapes. The fifth of E is the C string shape. And then we go to the G string shape starting on the 6th. The fifth of that C is the G string shape. Alright, there's our A minor shaped 3 minor. And then we go to the D cage. The fifth of the G is the D cage. Okay, so we're going to the D cage on the 2. To the A minor there. We've got the fifth there. And we've got the second, we should have the, right there, the second minor. Go to the fifth of that D, and we're going to be on the A cage. Okay, so that's going to be 5. It's going to be the dominant fifth, the root, and the second minor. So the whole thing plays out with, modally it goes. Okay, so that's how that works. So we had to review and see that the next string up is not the linked cage. It takes a fifth. Okay, it takes the cage, the string shape fifth.